Are we having fun yet? Yes, we are. Welcome to the Kingdom. I'm Andy, and welcome to another episode in the world of Starfield. What are we going to do in this episode? Well, in this episode, we're going to do 5 tips and tricks that I have found extremely useful when I've been playing through this game. So, you guys ready? Let's go. So, I have just landed on a planet with Andreja, and we are ready to take on the planet. And we need to know where to go, since this is just a random planet in the middle of the galaxy. Well, first of all, we have symbols like this, which are it's like a map symbol. We have caves. We have a heart symbol, and over in that direction we have a symbol that kind of looks like, I don't know, Stonehenge. Well, this symbol and this symbol over here, those are just for they're really just for surveying. They have special stuff for figuring out that special little thing that's on this planet when you're surveying the planet. And you may or may not find some resources that you can use for building some other stuff in those places, but they're not really exciting. Hillside caves usually give you a little bit more resources in you finding like a small mine, or maybe a few of the creatures that may or may not be on this planet. The things you're really looking for, you're looking for the structure, which I've lost again. It's in one of these tricks. There it is. You're looking for these, and that right there is a structure icon. And yeah, those are the ones you're looking for, because those are the ones that have the things you need. I'm going to start heading in this direction, and I'm going to find the next tip on the way there. Here we go. Now that we're a little closer to where we're going, I'm seeing some lead here and a little bit more lead. And that is the second thing I wanted to tell you guys for. When you're having this and you're able to get your miner out and you start mining or something, usually it takes, I don't know, like 3 to 4 seconds in order to get what you want. And you just don't have the time for that. If you right click, you'll see the center part squeeze in and focus that beam really, really hard. When you finally get over to the things you want to mine, they mine almost instantaneously. So if you're trying to get quite a few things, it will save you a bunch of time trying to get all these extra resources so that you can go out and build better guns or outposts or just sell it and make it some money. Now that we've approached the structure and we were trying to figure out, is it friend or is it foe? Is this a place that you want people here to help? Or are these people you want to shoot on sight? Do I shoot this guy from a long distance, or am I good at this? Well, that takes a skill. And then my next tip and trip is to get at least 1 in stealth. Even if you're not going to be a stealthy person, if you're going to be a run and gun, run in, punch people in the face, that type of person, 1 thing of stealth is still good. And that it just helps you judge the area before you approach it. And as I approach this area and stealth, you can see that the little parts on the edges of my hidden are green. That means someone might detect you, but they're good. They're no threat to you. So as I run up and it gets a little bit bigger, it just doesn't turn red. And that means, yes, the people in here are good. And as we approach, there we go. We're in a civilian outpost. Civilian outpost, everybody here is good. I can put my light on, I can put my gun away, and I can talk to these people. Let's see if these guys have the next tip I have. I was hoping these were bad guys, but we could still find the next tip I have for you guys. Let's see. Well, I've wandered around and I did find exactly what I needed to teach you the next particular tip. And first of all, you need to have security, and more importantly, you need security rank 2 for this particular tip, because it makes it so much easier when you're lockpicking. If you at least sit there. The rings now turn blue when the pick can't be slotted. And some people, they read that, I quite understand what that means. Well, that's what this tip's all about, to teach you what that's all about. So when you go into this particular thing, utilizing your thing, you have all these things, and as you're looking through it, so I see this one right here, I clicked on it, as I to this particular one will not slot into this outer portion. It will only slot into the inner one. This one will slot into both slots. This one will only slot into the center inner pot slot. So like it helps you figure out where you're going to do things. So if there's things that only work, so this one, this one, this one, and this one are only in the inner slots, which means that if I were to quickly go like this and click over here to do this, the only two that were working on that particular slot were those two. So they had to be the ones you used. Very simple. I'm not going to finish doing this because these are good guys. I don't want to steal their stuff. But it just makes it a whole lot easier when you know that, you know, the first outer layer is only has two of the what do I have here? 6 slots that I could use. Okay, the final one does not part of this thing. I'm going to have to go back to a city to show you it, but it's a good one. So here we go. Well, I'm now back at my base. My mission is over. And I wanted to show you when you want to change up your particular ship and you're being very intimidated by the things. Let me see here. Okay, we want to view and bottom my ship. So this is my current ship. I have these 2 ships. And I want to change this ship around. So I want to build. Now, the big thing people have is the problem they have and are very intimidated by. But once they grab something, they're trying to hit it back and it doesn't quite go just the way you want. So like, for example, let's see here. We're going to add something. Let's add something structural. We want to add a Demos braking engine. So we click on it and we're trying to get it to connect where we want it to connect, and you can't quite get it to work just the way you want it. You're like, okay, I'm trying to, okay, I got it. And this one, I'm just, and for some things, you just, no matter how many times you try, you cannot get it to work. And this is for, like, especially good when you're building your own ship later on. I can't wait to do that for this particular thing. Well, for this right here, we're gonna delete this piece, but we want that piece there. The best thing you want to do is you want to highlight where you want to do. So I have either the front, the top, the left, the right. So I'm going to do on the top, and right down on the bottom it says attach G. So I'm going to hit G for an attach, and whatever it is you put will automatically be connected to that point right there. And it makes it so much easier when you're trying to build that thing. You're like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to look just like that. There we go. Perfect. And I didn't have to sit there, because I've been having to sit around, like, aim like this and try to get it up and can't make it, turn over to the left and trying to make it sit there, and it'll just keep not quite getting to the height you want it to. And it's very frustrating. It just, the attach points are just so great. Oh, do you want to accept it? Sure, I'll accept it. That sounds good. Great. It has a little extra flair to make people jealous of my ship. And the last thing, I'm going to do a bonus. I'm going to do a bonus thing you can do. I could have put it in the next video, but that's okay. And that are these particular structures right here. When you get to your base and you're wanting to unload and get all your materials ready, but you want to have access to them when you are trying to build weapons, attach mods, and just do the construction stuff you want to do. You want these type of things. So inside here, we're going to hit F to get it to sit there, and then we're going to do the outpost thing. And then we're going to go over to storage. The storage solid, liquid, gas, and warehouse small. So solid does all the solid stuff you find, your raw materials like your lead, your copper, your iron. Liquid, anything liquid based like water. Gas, you got some carbon dioxide, you have a wide number of particular things like this. And the warehouse small is anything you've built with all the other stuff. Like, for example, if you add iron and aluminum together, you get adaptive frames, like you see in the top left-hand corner in order to make this. You store those in the warehouses, and they do the bigger structures right there. And once you do that and have everything stored in there, then life gets so much more easy when you're trying to build things inside your base, because then when you're trying to
Anything I
construct,
can
oh,
do
you
for you?
can sit there. When you're trying to construct,
Nice to see
all
you.
the items will be available to you when you're building, and it just makes life so much easier, especially if you're a hoarder like I am. I used to have them all in these storage crates, but now all I think I have storage crates are cork, disintegrate tissue, and coffee bags, because for some reason those aren't any of those previous categories. So if you ever need coffee bags to make some good, Folgers coffee or whatever it is, I can do that. Well, I hope you like these tips and tricks. I hope you learned something. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you love what you saw, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.